What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting from the D, downtown Detroit, 10,000 steps. Let's go. Halle Berry's in the algorithm again. You know, she's been in lately. You know, she was at that award show, had the box out. I didn't think that was a good look for her. She, on Mother's Day, she shared some clip online of her in bed with her current man, Van Hunt. You know, talking about they was about to get it in. Some people thought that was a bit cringy. I'm one of them. I like Halle Berry. I remember who she was in the 90s. I know people talk about that a lot, but, you know, she was one of the baddest baddies back in the 90s. And she's still an attractive woman, but some of her behavior nowadays is a bit on the cringe side. But she's actually not in the algorithm because of her own doings. Her ex-husband, David Justice, who used to play in the MLB, various teams, including the Yanks. They were married, 93 to 97? Give or take a year, something like that. He was on some podcast, and he kind of cleared up some things of why they didn't work out. And he kind of getting roasted for it, and I can understand why he is. His complaint of why it didn't work out, he's basically saying that she wasn't a wife. You know, she didn't cook, she didn't clean, you know, that sort of stuff. And I don't know. I don't know who he thought he was marrying, man. He married 90s Halle Berry, right? He married her when she was at the peak of her powers. So I don't know what he was expecting to get. He said after like 6 months, she asked him to marry her. He made sure to mention that out there. I mean, that may be true. I can see Halle Berry, if she finds a guy that she's genuinely attracted to and wants to be with, that she not gonna wait for him. She gonna go ahead and be like, look, let's get married or whatever. But Halle Berry very much is a boss babe. You know, he said that she was always here and there because of working. And, you know, him being a pro athlete, he traveling a lot too. He ain't gonna be at home. So I guess he was expecting or hoping, or I don't know. He imagined something. He thought that union was gonna be something that it wasn't apparent. He thought that she was gonna be, I don't know, maybe more available, more accessible to him, some kind of stay-at-home wife. These are the impressions that I was given. And since she was at, as I said, the peak of her powers, this was 90s Halle Berry. He was with her from 93 to 97. Like, that's when she was too hot to trot. Man, why would she stop doing her thing to stay at home and be a wife? I'm of the mindset of men should be providers. Let me sit here for a second. Men should be providers. Dang, that's loud. That's the noise of the video. We get you noise in every video, right? There you go. You got that loud truck. But anyway, I'm of the mindset that men should be providers, that men should be protectors, all that good stuff. The man should pay 100% of the bills. I got no problem with that. But you have to find a woman that wants that too. Halle Berry, who was kind of an independent woman way back then, I mean, that just wasn't her. You know, so instead of marrying somebody and expecting them to be somebody that they not, you know, you got to marry somebody that is looking for what you're looking for. Now, in fairness to him, because I'm not being critical of him, I'm just unpacking what he shared. But in fairness to him, he did say that they probably could have made it with some therapy. That was really big to him to say. A lot of people can't admit when they messing up in a marriage. You know, it just is what it is. A lot of people can't admit when they messing up with a marriage. And you know what? I'm about to have to step into the street here, y'all, because this is the Hudson building here. There's no sidewalk here. So your boy about to have to just go ahead and walk down Woodward. Literally walk down Woodward while we out here. YOLO, you only live once, right? I mean, it ain't like I'm easy to miss. Your boy is 6'4", 230. dark skin and a mofo, beard. I'm a guy that's a little hard to miss. So I should be okay. Troy police just walked past. They ain't got no problem with me being out here. So yeah, we all good, man. Anyway, he displayed a level of self-awareness that I thought was refreshing, because a lot of times people is just gonna blame the failure of the relationship on the other person. Women do that a lot more than men do, but men do indeed do this. So for him to be like, you know, we could have made it if we would have got some therapy, and we got cars coming right alongside me. Yeah, hey, listen, we getting these 10,000 steps in today no matter what, even if we gotta die doing it. I'm seeing a sidewalk over there. So hopefully, I don't know, by winter, this area here will be back open. So in case y'all was worried about me, I'm back on the sidewalk again, okay? Anyway, yes, he displayed some self-awareness. He realized that, you know, he may have given up on it a bit sooner than he should have. He could have did better about being more understanding, more flexible, and not having so many expectations of her. Because the thing is, it's important to talk about some of these things before you get married. I mean, I get it. He says it was kind of a whirlwind thing. It had been 6 months. She asked him to marry her. But certain things you still got to kind of talk about. You can't just assume that your high-profile wife, who is at the height of her career, is just gonna quit it to stay at home and be Mrs. Justice. There's a ton of women who absolutely would have been okay with that deal. Halle Berry wasn't one of them. Did he ever end up getting married? I don't know. I should have looked that up before starting this video. I'm gonna look it up after this video, because that would have been interesting to see. But I wouldn't be surprised if he did get married, because remember, in the 90s, he was on top of his shit too. During that time period when he was married to Halle Berry, you know, his career, he was doing well in the MLB. So he could have always found, if not Halle Berry, he could have just been with some other beautiful lady who'd have been willing to be the stay-at-home wife and possibly mom that he was looking for Halle Berry to do. Oh, well, let's get back to these steps though, man. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. Hit me in them comments. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.